Hello everybody, I'm John Evans and you're watching another episode of Mid-Mod Money, the show that teaches you how to buy and sell vintage items for a profit. Thanks for watching. Happy Monday. Happy to have you in my basement for the next 10 minutes or so. And you're going to see incredible vintage treasures on today's show. Things like this Santa Claus encased in lucite and he just spins around and it's a music box. He's like that Superman movie where they get trapped in that hologram thing and someone's got to break it and get, it's kind of like that. Get him out of there. But this was a gift from my girlfriend for Christmas. And that's what today's episode is. It's the vintage things me and my girlfriend slash fiance slash research guy and editor gave to each other for Christmas. Not least of which is this JCPenney shirt, polyester shirt. Extra large Towncraft. Before we get started, I do want to remind you that yes, we are going to find out who wins the Viking Glass Monkey. People in the know that we're doing an extra giveaway this month randomly for Christmas, and 54 subscribers commented through the miracle of the Mid-Mod Money prize wheel. So let's get to today's episode. The vintage things my girlfriend and I gave to each other for Christmas, starting with, this was in my Santa sack. We don't do stockings, we do Santa sacks, which are just pillowcases filled with lots of stuff. And she put this in there, this mint in the package plushie. Look at this old tag. I don't know why I wanted this so bad, but this was in her she shed. My fiance does eBay as well. Maybe we'll put her eBay. She does toys and stuff. But this reminds me, like, we lived in the Boardwalk, Jersey Shore a little bit when I was like in first, second grade. This reminds me of the toys that you would win. Early Boardwalk, early Carnival. You know, there's just not a lot to it, but the color's great. She gave me this for Christmas. It's worth about, I would say, 15 American dollars. Next thing she gave me, and I don't want to say I got emotional, but whew, I saw this, and she explained what she did. This clown, what do you call that? Like a Crewel cross stitch? That's not a cross stitch. But she bought this pattern and made it, and then put the little pom-poms on the frame, and she knows that I am I'd say clown connoisseur. Not a collector, mind you. I don't collect clowns, but think happy. This guy's kind of psychotic looking, and she did this behind my back and worked on it. And this is a 70s pattern that she brought to life behind my back, I should mention, because if I knew she was doing it, there would be no gift. Now, the big presents are coming up. The heavy hitters are coming up, but, you know, this is like 10 things we got each other. And one of them, I bought this for her. Oh, yes. Perfect condition afghan. I love these. We have like 8 of them. And this color on this one was exceptional. And I found it for like $3 or $4 at Christian Crossing. So this was, you know, I didn't pay what this is worth. This is worth about $25, $30. Again, with color like this was a slam dunk. I knew she would love it, so I bought this for $5 at Christian Crossing. Now, next thing she bought me was this. And people who know me know I love a good perpetual motion machine, not going to lie. I've got a few of these. This one is made in Taiwan. It's late 70s, kind of space age looking. I like that stuff. She knew I would like this, and I can't have enough of these. It's worth probably $20, $25. Somewhere in there. Next thing she bought me, which I did not ask for, but I love. Look at this. This is a puzzle. And you can read, right? This is the mystical Ovoid puzzle. That's right. Mystical Ovoid in the house. Now, if you don't know what an ovoid is, I think that's when ovals cross and kind of make a design like spirograph. Remember spirograph? Well, this is a very mainstream, and what I like about this and why she bought this for me, this is almost optic art. She was searching op art or optic art and found this puzzle. She knew I'd love it. I love the word ovoid. You don't get to say mystical ovoid very often, but this is probably worth 20, 25 bucks on the high end. Now, next gift I bought for her, an iconic piece of 1960s. Look at these. These kitty cat with the gem eyes. These are made by Holt Howard. Holt Howard made a lot of ceramics and stuff in the 60s and I think 50s. And these go back that far, early 60s, I think. And thing about them on the bottom, they're supposed to meow. They have those things that they used to have. And, you know, you'd go to a truck stop and turn it over and it'd go, wah. Well, these meow. Meow, meow. They don't work anymore. They're still in there. These were made in Japan. Holt Howard. Mint condition. These are probably worth 35 bucks, I would guess. 30, 35 bucks as is. They're probably worth 20, 25. But we have a whole display in our house of things that this is us if we were chipmunks, or this is us if we were cave people, or this is us if we were frogs. And we have a whole, and someday we'll do the house tour and get to all that stuff. Next thing I found for her. This is a good one. And we're going to learn a little bit today. This necklace. See these big chunky beads? This, and see if I can get this little dangly thing there. That says Cadoro on it. This is a Cadoro necklace, and that is the brand Cadoro. That was around 1954 through 1987. They made high-end costume jewelry available in Saks Fifth Avenue, places like that. And in the 70s, a lot of celebrities wore Cadoro necklaces because they were beautiful. You couldn't tell they were inexpensive. They just looked cool, and they were it's kind of some hippie stuff in the 70s. I think that's what this one is. I found this at a nearly new thrift store in Oakland, Maryland. $20 in their glass case. I took it out. I looked at it. I had her put it back. And then turned around and said, you know, what am I doing? This is $20. And I love supporting my local tiny thrift stores. Nearly New is probably the smallest. And these people are volunteers. They do great work. And I'm like, what am I doing? Christy will love this for Christmas. Buy it, you moron. Cadoro. Ask for it by name. This is a something to look for if you're trying to get into the value of costume jewelry. Cadoro, one of the more popular ones. Okay, we're down to our last 3 things. I found this at Queen City Indoor Flea Market. Let me move some stuff around. This was a big one. Yep. These stools that have the little step stool are very, very hot. Very hard to find in a good color like this. Look at that. I like that mustard. Reminds me of the 71 Pirates. World champs. This is a step stool that has the part that pulls out. And you can climb up stuff. My fiance / lamp guy / everything. BFF. She's been wanting one of these for a long time, and I showed her a picture of that at Queen City and said, do you want this? And she goes, oh my God. And I said, oh geez, it's 80 bucks. I lied. It was half off. It was $40. 40. So I bought it and didn't tell her, and then put it under the tree morning of from Santa Claus. So she did not expect that because it wasn't under the tree the night before. I put it under there and she was like, holy crap. So that was a home run. She's been asking for one of those for a long time. And I've been letting her, stack phone books on top of it to, clean stuff. So Next item, down to our last two. This one I bought for myself. Can't believe it. At Busy Bee Flea Market. This is so exciting. I'm excited about this, actually, to show this off, because it is truly magnificent. Now, this cat is pretty rare. As you see, he's laying down. Looks like he has one arm, right? And he does have one arm. And he's laying down. You can't see the other arm because it's, it's very stylized. This was made in 1958 by a Polish company that does porcelain figures. Porcelain, not ceramic. I couldn't tell you the difference, but there's a story behind this cat, and I wrote some notes. Let's see. Without breaking it, this was made in Poland by a company called, oh my gosh, Cmielow. 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 I guess is how you say that. Polish. And look at this cat. And he's all stretched out. He's all loungy. And it's really an unusual cat. Now, I saw this at a flea market, the Braddock Flea Market. Guy had this on his table. It was $85. And I went, oh, I love this cat. I would love to have this cat. 85 bucks. I just said, you know what? It's not in the cards. I had the money. I wasn't going to buy it. It's too much money. Not even going to entertain it. And then a couple days before Christmas Eve, actually, me and my fiance were in an antique mall, Busy Bee indoor flea market here in Oakland, and there it was. Same cat, $85. And I asked if they would take $70. The guy called the vendor, and they would take $70. These are anywhere on the internet. If you can find one, it's $300. That's the asking price. I don't know what people, but I bought this for $70. The asking on these is usually $300. And I guess the thing is, if you put another one of these together and put them like they're both laying side by side, it looks like they're making a little circle. Like there's a picture on the internet, maybe we'll find it, where they're laying together. If you have two of these, it makes me want to get a second one of these. Believe it or not, I want a second Cmielow cat, Polish. Look how, there must be something wrong with me. If I want two of these, there must be something wrong with me. We're down to our last item, and then we'll find out who wins the Viking glass monkey. This is a 13-minute video. Finally, I bought this on eBay for my fiance, and it is a flower cart made by the company Jere or Jere or Jere. I've heard it pronounced every way. Curtis, Jere, Jere. Curtis Jere. But it's not a guy's name, that's a company. And Curtis Jere stuff is handmade, metal, and usually it's signed. And that's what this is, that little plate. That is a Curtis Jere signature. Jere. We should have decided what we were going to call this beforehand, but I've heard it pronounced literally every way. But this cart was on eBay, and most people ask about $200 for these. This guy had it. It was actually a estate sale service. Look at these flowers. Look at how incredible the detail on this is. This is mint, and this is from the 70s. This is probably 60 years old at this point. I love it. And Christy used to work in a flower shop. She loves flowers. This is a way to keep flowers in our house year round. I just think it's cool, and it's handmade, and it's art, and we love art in our house. So I bought this for my fiance, and it was on eBay for, I think the price went down to $129. So it was like $160 with shipping and everything. It's packed perfectly, so shout out to them. Yeah, that's our Christmas. I hope you enjoyed seeing what two people like us are into. Let's find out who's going to win this monkey. through the miracle of, I know it's in there, the Mid-Mod Money prize wheel. There it is. I'm about to hit play. Good luck out there. 54 subscribers commented. Jennifer Wood, you have won the monkey. Congratulations, Viking glass for free. Email me, midmodmoney@gmail, and I'll send that to your, give me your address. I'll send it to you. And if you didn't win, we got another giveaway coming up next week. So, whew, we're just giving away all kinds of stuff. Thanks for watching. You guys are great. Always round up.